Hello everyone, Namaste. Myself Padmanabha Sen and I am here with you once again in my channel, Your Spiritual Companion. Stay focused with me, enjoy. This is a very intriguing video and you will obviously like it. And please do not forget to like, share and comment. And of course I'm going to next blow your mind with a lot of findings of my life, and stay focused. We were discussing about my findings of life. So I have lived a lot through this 30 years of mine, and I've been through this Rahu Mahadasha thing which has been going, and another 6 years may be left of it. I have found out a lot of bitter side of it, a lot of positive side of it. It depends on how these periods are, like the time stations, which planet is stationed where, and then of course the subsequent results I have faced. I have all sailed through it, and I'm here with the transition of another Mahadasha happening. I mean to say, the Rahu is transiting from one sign to the other. Its sign is transiting to the Gemini, and of course it is one of my house. There is a change. There will be a lot of event which is happening in my life. And what is this Rahu planet is all about? This is a shadow planet, and the shadow planet do not gives you a distinct result in your life. It gives you a mixture of both bad and good. It depends on what and how the situations are, and how you absorb the bad and good, of course. Since these are these shadow planets, the shadow planets cast an effect on you which is also shadowy. It gives you a dream, like it takes you in a dreamland and cuts you from the reality. And also on the opposite side, where the Ketu works, is shuts your dream world and push you more towards the reality. So there is always a seesaw happening between the Rahu and the Ketu, and the people who are in the Mahadasha or the Dasha, they face a lot about this. And what happened with me is that I am facing Rahu Mahadasha since long, and this is the last leg, which is this last 4 to 5 years left, and it's diminishing. Like the factors of Rahu is diminishing, and hence I can take the opportunity to let you guys know what I have faced. And also, of course, spiritually I will tell you that how this has affected my life and what I have learned through it. What I have observed through my entire 15-20 years is that this is the truth, and you have to you will not be able to match my words with your understandings right now if you have not passed through it. But then yes, this is what happens, and you will understand it as soon as you go through any of the heinous dashas or mahadashas. So very evident truth what I have found is that human beings are naturally complete by themselves, right? So they are always they are the God. I mean to say, what we refer to as God is always within us. We all have heard this sentence, and we do not deny it, but then we cannot accept it as well, right? So that's the problem in our life. So we know that there is God in you, right? You are a part of the God. The soul inside you has a direct connection with the God. We have heard this, but then it's very difficult to accept the facts, because they have no such proof. What I mean to say, there is no scientific proof how this functions, that how can I be a part of God, and how can I be directly God? I am not. So yes, that is the realization which is correct. You are not here to judge that if you are or not. But what I have observed over time is that if I have to modify that sentence, that if I am directly connected with the God, or my spirit is a part of God, and then we are the one, I am the only one, so something like that. So what happens is the realization comes like this, that we as a person is already complete. Any human being who is born on this earth with all the senses, 5 senses have the capacity to be complete. When they are child, they naturally feel complete with their mother. As soon as they grows up and they do not physically need their mother, they are self-dependent, they are complete. They do not need a secondary human being or any second thing to support them. They are all by their own. But what happens over here is that the individual, the complete individual, has an ignorance within himself. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of the state of believing that he is the supreme power. He is the one. He has no requirement to complete himself more. He is already complete. He has everything whatever a human being can achieve. Now the immediate question comes, then why people achieve spirituality? Why do they meditate, and why the sannyasi thing? Why God, and why do we go to temple, and what is all about this, and how these things function? So see, what happens is we ignore that we are not a part of the God. Clear? So we always ignore that. The sense of ignorance is so because we are not endowed with the knowledge that we actually are a part of God. We do not have that knowledge, and that's how we ignore the sentences, whatever we hear, right? So as soon as we ignore, as soon as the ignorance is in front of us, and we ignore the fact that no, we are not complete, we need something more in life, right? So this thing happened because our knowledge is not to that level. That spiritual knowledge which I'm talking about is not to that level where we can uncover the truth, right? The wisdom, what we call it, the wisdom. The wisdom is not, wisdom do not come because we are not properly trained to understand this, because nobody is trained so much, right? You have to only go to the rishis and the munis and then sit with them to understand the facts and forces of life. That is not always possible. Let me be very frank with you, that is not always possible. We are devoid of it most of the times, and hence we have a boundary of ignorance to ignore that, okay, no, we are not that God, right, within us. And hence what we do is we fail to recognize our own selves, and we think that, okay, I am incomplete, I need, okay, maybe a big house to complete myself, I need maybe a life partner to complete myself. But naturally what happens is you create a big family and you have everything, but still you will have that incompleteness within you acting naturally. The day you will find yourself complete is when you will realize that these material things have no value on me. I have just gained them over life. They have got no value for me, right? So that sentence nowadays which is happening in Gully Boy, kya leke aoge, kya leke jaoge, something like that in the sentence, which is evidently true, and we have heard it over long, right? That whatever we have come, we will go along with that. We cannot take anything away extra. So what is the sense of completeness going on throughout the life? Why are we behind all this? To make our life more convenient and live a happier life and thinking ourselves to be happy. So it's a total vision which is blurred. If you uncover the vision, I mean if you uncover the truth, you will see that you are naturally complete, right? So if you are naturally complete, there will be no more desire to complete yourself. I just uttered the word desire. So since you feel that you are incomplete, the desire automatically comes in you. There is a desire to do something so that you feel complete, and for the desires there is action. So now you have to fulfill your desire, right? Your body automatically wants to fulfill the desire, and to fulfill the desire you do some action, some bad action, some good action. In spiritual term or yogic term we call it karma. So some bad karma, some good karma. Bad karma gives you bad results, good karma gives you good results. Now depends on what kind of desire you create within your mind. So as I said, thoughts come and then they go. Everywhere I say the same thing. So whenever you see a thoughts coming, If you feel that moment incomplete, automatically you will grab that thought and you will think, and you will further think that thought will help you, because that might help you to become complete. But nothing like it. Brain is just feeding you with thoughts. You have to take it or not take it, it's your own decision, right? So overall, this 15-20 years of my life, I have discovered this, and this is very bitter truth. I could not escape. Like, first I realized it, but then I could not accept it, because I was a human being, and still now I am a human being, and it's very difficult for me even now to accept it as the truth, but then still I have to accept it some way. What has happened is, myself, I tried to make my life happier with a lot of things which everybody uses to make their life happy, and I failed in every way. If you talk about material things, money, house, what not, but happiness is not there. You are not complete by those happinesses. For a little while you will be amplified, but then in the long run that will have no lasting effect on you. So those are the distractors of your life, like that will not give you the direction towards the final achievement of life, right? Whatever you face today, understand this very clearly, whatever you face today is just because of your desires which you have created yourself, and the desires have produced karma which you have performed, and the karma is giving you the result, nothing else. Today whatever you are facing is the result of the karma what you have, like the past actions, you get the results today, and of course today's actions where you will get the results tomorrow. There is no escaping from it, you cannot escape it. Spiritual terms we call it adhyatmic, where we know that we have done this karma, and we know that we will face this karma, and we even know that next what we gonna do, right? So the knowledge is the supreme power for a human being. If they attain this knowledge somehow during their growth, or like when they are growing up, somehow they gather this knowledge, somehow they go to a monk, and then some knowledge is injected in their brain, not kind of a brainwash I am talking, they are endowed with the knowledge, the spiritual and the blissful knowledge. That person in life can never go wrong, trust me, that can never go wrong. If I have to say all this in a nutshell, I would suggest to understand and to believe in things which only you can realize. Like, your senses work, human senses work so well that you will realize the very moment you perform a bad job, or even before it. Try to not do it, you will see a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching my video, and keep sharing, liking, commenting and subscribing. Namaste.